Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have got some filming to do, so I thought I would do a little bit of a get ready with me and just show you what I'm currently using at the minute, because I haven't done one of these in a while. So anyway, first things first, let me just grab a headband just to put my hair back. I've taken all my extensions out because I have a hair extension video to film today, and which I'm very excited about. So I'm just going to pop this back out of my way. And let's get straight into today's video. Okay, so I am really basic when it comes to skincare. I have bought these new, but I'm sure I showed you these in a haul recently from Shein. They are these gorgeous little bamboo lidded bottles, and I am going to cricket some labels on them, but because I only use a couple of serums, I know what's in them anyway. I always start off with some hyaluronic acid. You are actually supposed to put this on wet skin or damp skin, but it's not damp, so I'm just going to put some of that on. And then I used to use some niacinamide and zinc, but I haven't been using that because I had this arrive, which is a new bottle of the Garnier Skin Active. This is vitamin C brightening serum, but this also does have niacinamide and salicylic acid in as well. Plus this smells incredible, if I haven't told you before. I get it from Look Fantastic. That's the cheapest place I've seen it, and when I got mine I think it was about £8, but I do have a discount code for Look Fantastic, so I'll leave that below, because a lot of my makeup I do get from there. I wait for like the offers, and then my discount code tends to work with the offers as well, which is brilliant. So that's what I tend to do. But this one, like I say, it's just really, it's a bit thicker, just feels very refreshing, moisturizes my skin, and I just love this so much. So yeah, that's what I go in with next. Okay, and then once that's soaked in a little bit, I finally use my rose oil. So this is actually a rose oil from Aldi. I've just put it into this cute bottle because I'm obsessed with these bottles. But the rose oil from Aldi, it's really affordable. I'm sure it's only about £3.99 or £4.99, and you need the tiniest amount of this, but I just love a dewy makeup look. And so I just find that my makeup sits on top of this really well, and then it kind of like just shines through. I'm not one for using primers or anything like that, especially after like what happened to my skin. I'm really hesitant to switch too much with what I use and just stick to what I know. When I rub this in, I always like to give it a really nice rub, because if I've got any dry skin, this is just really gets rid of that. I do have like combination skin, like I do get like a really oily forehead sometimes, but then my cheekbones here and my nose, I get real dry patches. So I just think an oil worked really well for me, but everybody's different. And the little tip when you've done your oil is rub the excess onto your elbows. I don't know where I saw that, but I saw a woman do it once and I was like, that's such a good idea. Moisturise your elbows at the same time. Okay, so that is that. Then I just let that kind of sink into the skin a little bit. And foundation, on a day-to-day basis, I used to use this. This is the Home Bargains BB cream. I haven't used it in a while because this kind of oxidises on your face, and I use medium, which is quite dark for me at the moment because we've had zero sun in the UK. But a subscriber said about the fact that, reminded me that they do a light, so the light's too light and the medium's too dark, but I did think I'm going to go and grab a light and see if I can mix them together and see whether that will work. So I must remember to do that next time I go in. But for now, because I'm filming today, I'm going to use my Old Faithful, my favourite foundation in the world, and this is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Again, it's a bit more pricey, but if you're somebody that doesn't wear foundation every day, I highly recommend it. It's so beautiful. I use it in shade 6. Yeah, and again, I get this from Look Fantastic. They tend to do the Giorgio Armani foundation in the sale quite a lot. They always tend to have discounts, so I just hold out normally and wait for the discounts. Now, full transparency, I have worked with Look Fantastic before, and I have had some of this foundation gifted to me in the past, but this one I've bought with my own money, just so you know. Like, it is nice enough that I've gone back and I've bought it. You can use a brush to put this on, but I just rub it in my fingers, kind of like a moisturiser. I just prefer to do it this way. Sometimes I use a brush, but I just feel like I get a better finish sometimes when I use my fingers. This is buildable because it's not the highest coverage. I mean, it's still got a decent coverage, but it is buildable. Even this is looking a little bit dark for me at the moment. Where is the sun in England right now, hey? Mind you, saying that, it's actually really warm today. I had my heating on yesterday, and then today it's 18 degrees outside. I mean, that's the UK for you, isn't it? Okay, so that is my foundation on. And then concealer. Now, when I first bought this Giorgio Armani concealer, I didn't rave about it. I said, oh, you know, I wouldn't pay extra just for this concealer. I'd probably just end up using the eraser, the Maybelline eraser that I always used to use. Now, I used this the other day, or last week, and I found that it was so dry under my eyes. Like, it really went into my creases, my wrinkles, flaky, just... I don't know whether my skin's just drier at the moment. I really don't know, but it just was awful. And for the first time in ages, I've always raved about the eraser, and then I found myself just keep going back for the Giorgio Armani concealer because it's the same formula, it's the same consistency as the foundation, and it kind of melts into the skin the same. So my concealer I have in just the shade 4, which is 2 shades lighter than my foundation, and I just literally use a tiny bit of this for under my eyes, just to brighten them up and the corners, and then again I use a little bit on my T-zone. But it's the same dewy formula as the foundation, so I think I am going to repurchase that, even though when I first bought it I wasn't 100% sold. I thought, oh, it's quite pricey for a concealer, I don't know whether I'll use it, but I don't use that much concealer. Like, I think if it was something I used loads of and went through really fast, then maybe I'd try and find a cheaper alternative. But with the fact that I barely use any concealer, it will last me, and so yeah, I prefer it. It just, like I say, can you see, it's more like just gives more of a shiny finish, more of a glow. Yeah, I really like it personally. So that's concealer. And then for bronzer, I'm still trying to find a really nice cream bronzer, if I'm honest. I've ordered some samples to do some cream bronzer for Glow Up, but I'm still a bit hesitant because I don't know whether to branch out into the makeup world yet. But I have ordered some, so I could have tried that today actually. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to stick to what I know. So because I want to stick to what I know, so I'm just going to use what I know, which is the Poundland bronzer. I've actually lost the lid now. Oh, here it is. This is how much I've used this one. This is the Good to Glow bronzer, and I use this in shimmer medium 4, but the only problem is this is like gold dust now. I can never get this one. They do a lot of the matte, but I can't find any of the shimmer. So I hope they haven't discontinued it, because I can see I've hit the pan, guys. I definitely prefer a cream bronzer, but I do think that this is, you know, for £1. That's exactly what it says on the tin. It's good enough for me. Yeah, I don't really contour that much. I just tend to put a little bit of bronzer on the side of my nose, because I'm not an expert in contouring, as we all probably know. And then blusher, I have been using the She Glam blusher, which is in shade Love Cake. This is so cute, it's so sweet, and you literally just pop a little bit on of that, and this is just such a lovely colour. I sometimes use the Iconic London in Pop Pink, I think it's called, which is very, very similar. but this is just such a really nice pretty pink as well. I like a really pink blush on my skin tone more than anything else. And then highlighter wise, I normally use, if I use a liquid, I use the Iconic London, but I'm just going to pop a little bit of the Ina Masqua highlighter, which is, I really like this. I don't even use a brush, I just dab some down my nose, some across my filtrum, and then some over the top of the blusher. A little goes a long way with this. I always recommend this highlighter because, again, it's from Look Fantastic, so you can always get it in the deal. It is a more on the pricey side, but I think I've probably had this a few years now, to be honest. It'll probably be out of date before I get through this, but yeah, I really like that highlighter. Moving on to eyebrows, I am very lucky to have my eyebrows beautifully powder ombre tattooed on from the lovely MARIAM, which I will leave her details below. She's an ombre tattooist near me. She's in Willenhall, and she did my eyebrows, bless her, and it takes off so much time because I don't actually need to do anything to my brows normally. But as I'm filming today, I am going to run something through them because they are beautifully done, but my hair is so blonde. I really could do with tinting my eyebrow hairs because they are really white, and so it can make it just drowns my eyebrows out a little bit. So all I normally pop through them is some of the Slay the Brow, which again is Poundland, really cheap. Yes, I use some high-end products, I use some lower-end products. I just use whatever works for me because formulas sometimes made in the same places, you've just got to try things. So with this, I just run it through my brow just to colour the hair. I'm not really careful like what I'm doing. It is just to colour my hairs and give them some depth, because I need tinting really. And then I always run some through the front as well, because with an ombre or powder tattoo you don't have as much colour on at the front of the brow, so that just fills that bit in, so you can see just the difference. It's just coloured my brows, that's all it's done, but it's made such a difference just by putting that through. I use this in shade Brunette. I tend to have quite dark brows for my hair colour. I tend not to go for a blonde because I feel like blonde eyebrow colours look really orange. Don't know whether that's just me, but I found they just seem to go like more auburny gingery, which is fine if you've got auburn gingery hair, but doesn't look quite right on me. Okay, so that is eyebrows done. And then lashes, obviously, there's nothing I need to do with my lashes. I wear my Glow Up Beauty lashes, which I always leave in the link below. I always leave you a discount code, guys, for my lashes, which is juliette25, which gets you 25% off my lash kit. Own business, hashtag. And I don't think I've got any down here. This is the case they come in. But these are semi-permanent lashes that fit under the lash line. These are the Glam lashes, so I do two at the moment. I do Elegance and I do Glam. Elegance is more like a daytime natural lash, and then Glam is a little bit more defined, a little bit of a fuller lash. And then I am bringing out another lash style hopefully later this year, which is even more dramatic because I know people like a fuller lash. But yeah, these are semi-permanent lashes. They fit under the lash line. Mine last up to, I normally change mine every 7 to 10 days because I can, but I've had people get like 2 weeks wear out of them. So yeah, I love these because I wake up with lashes, I can shower in them, take the boys swimming in them, and then I still have lashes. So yeah, that's the lashes. So that is everything I'm going to use on my face today, because I'm filming. This is kind of my go-to makeup all the time. The only thing I ever do different if I go out is I sometimes put eyeshadow on, and that's really it. I don't change it up very much. I do think sometimes less is more, and I like to just stick with a very basic makeup. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed that little get ready with me. I've tried to like do it as quick as possible. I haven't wanted to ramble on too much, but I will leave everything I've used in the links below, and then I'm going to crack on now and get me filming my hair extension video, which I'm really excited about because my hair feels so thin right now. But yeah, thank you ever so much for watching. If you did like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I would love for you to subscribe and stick around. And until next time guys, take care. Bye.
You set my world on fire. You set